Welcome to Autodesk Maya 2017. This is a basic introduction to the general 3D navigation in Maya. So when you open up Maya 2017 the first time, you'll have this new features window that'll pop up. You can basically just close it up if you do want to see new features. You can highlight what's new, you can uncheck that, show this at start. If you don't want to see this anymore, you can uncheck that and then just click OK. I'm just going to close it out here. So first thing we want to do is explore some objects on the stage so we can see for 3D navigation. I think it's very helpful to have an object on the stage. Once I've added that object, I can hit the F key to frame in on it, and basically I can move around and rotate, I can zoom in, I can pan. This is all done through the 3D navigation. Now I'm going to move another object and add another one here. And so if you have an object selected, you'll notice as I rotate around it, it kind of rotates around that object a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't always do that though. Sometimes if you're over here, you're not quite rotating exactly the way you want. So you can always hit the F key and that will frame around the object. Okay. The next key I want to talk about is the A key. So these are hotkeys, but A will basically show you the entire scene. So if I'm framed in on this object here, but there's another object on the outside, if I hit the A key, it shows both objects in view here. So those are just a couple of hotkeys I just want you to share before we actually get into the actual 3D navigation. Because you might be asking me, hey man, how do you doing all that rotating, that zooming in, and the panning side to side? So all this is done while holding down one key and clicking with the mouse. That one magical key is the Alt on the PC or Option on a Mac. You have to hold that down while you're doing the navigation. So if you hold Alt or Option while left clicking with the mouse, you essentially rotate around your scene. If you hold Alt or Option and right click, you get what's called a smooth zooming action. It's also known as a dolly, because this comes from filmmaking, where you dolly backwards or dolly forwards to zoom in and out. Then you have the middle click mouse. So if you hold down Alt or Option and physically hold the button down, I don't mean roll with it, because if you roll with it you get a jagged zoom. It just happens to be another feature with the smooth zoom. So if you hold the middle mouse button, it becomes this little crosshair, and basically that allows you to pan side to side. Now the trick here is getting comfortable with these three little actions. So if I want to get behind underneath this object here, then I want to select it, I have to release my hold Alt or Option, because I can't click on things while I'm holding down the Alt or Option. I can't click on this object. So I have to release every once in a while to select the object. If I want to frame in on it, then I can hold Alt or Option and spin around it. Now the trick really is just to practice. There's no way around it. This is really the most difficult thing for new users to Maya. In fact, any new 3D application, typically the navigation is the most difficult aspect to get. But you know, if you are dedicated and you practice a little bit, you can definitely get it pretty quick and easy. Again, F to frame in on the object. If you're zoomed in, if you hit the A key, you can zoom out and see all your objects in your scene. In fact, if I had an object way in the distance here, let me add this object here and bring it all the way over to the side here. If I was in like this and I hit the A key, you'll notice that this object is now in the scene here. Let's bring it closer together and then hit F, frame on it, and then hit A again. And then again, for the 3D navigation, you hold Alt or Option to left click, Alt or Option to right click, and Alt or Option middle click the button down to pan side to side. The last thing I want to talk about with the 3D navigation, which is actually really important, is how do you go about making these models here. Typically, you start with a primitive and then you actually manipulate them and model them. You do these in what's called orthographic views. Now there's the for view, which if you click on the icon here on the left here, it'll bring you to that. There is a hotkey to do this. You simply tap the space bar. So don't hold the spacebar. Hold spacebar brings up this widget which allows you to do all these crazy hotkeys. What you want to do is tap spacebar, bring you to the for view, and then if you move your cursor in any of these views, you can tap spacebar and you're there again. Do notice though you can right click with Alt or Option, you can middle click, but you cannot left click. It says orthographic views cannot be tumbled. That is because what an orthographic view is essentially lining up the object and flattening out into a basically a measuring space so that you can model using those blueprints. So you'll notice we have a top view, a front view, and a side view, right? And by the way, if for example you accidentally clicked in the panels menu here and changed this to another orthographic view, perhaps another side view, and you wanted to bring it back to the perspective, you could obviously go to the panels perspective and choose perspective, but you can always click on the 4 view tab and that will default back to the 4 views. Then you can simply move your cursor into the 3D perspective and tap spacebar and you're in there. Alright, so that's the basic 3D navigation in Autodesk Maya version 2017. All the other previous versions of Maya, by the way, it works exactly the same. So if you have an earlier version of Maya, no fret, you will navigate just like a champ. Until next time, cheers!